No, it can. You ain't got no skills in interior design. I
shut your
do.
face.
That can work.
Shut your face, will you?
No.
We have more important matters than just a silly little sex box being released. Something big has happened. Something huge has happened.
I know.
If this is what I'm thinking it is, this is bigger than.
But genuinely, I have not been more stunned by any piece of news or information, possibly in my life. This is, of course, referring to the famous comedian / actor / personality. What were you saying, Jim? Sorry?
Funny.
Yeah, the funny guy known as Kumail Nanjiani. Kumail Nanjiani, as most will know, is Pawnee from Men in Black International, that film everyone remembers. Everyone remembers that one. Everyone remembers Pawnee, right?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Perfectly done.
Perfectly done.
James, perfectly done.
Perfectly done. Pawnee, turns out, is hung as fuck.
Yeah, so let me reel this back. If you don't know who this is, just Google him. Google Kumail Nanjiani. You know him. You've heard him. He's in like some sitcom or something about.
He's in Mass Effect Andromeda. There you go.
He is in Mass Effect Andromeda.
He's one of the Solani.
But he's probably more well known for being the main character in The Big Sick, I'd say. That's what's got he's got his like cred.
For being the main character in Stuber.
And Stuaba, yeah. What else was he in? Central Intelligence he was in, apparently.
He was in Central Intelligence.
That incredible piece of cinema. But what we're talking about, of course, is this actor we've been long-time fans of, especially since he was announced as being Pawnee in Man in Black. There's a Marvel movie coming out called The Eternals, right? We're all incredibly familiar with The Eternals. Everyone knows The Eternals.
Man.
Everyone knows The Eternals.
You can say I'm an eternal fan.
Ooh.
No, because listen, the saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilizations, everyone knows that.
Everyone knows it. It's the oldest.
Everyone knows the saga of the
Book
Eternals.
of Genesis.
Yeah,
Eternals.
ain't nothing.
There isn't anyone who doesn't know about the saga of Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilizations. That's just common knowledge.
When Marvel was first starting this cinematic universe, I was like, yeah, this is fine.
Avengers, Iron Man, the Hulk. Who honestly cares?
We need the guys that have existed on Earth.
Where's the saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilizations?
That's the fucking.
That is the bread and butter of just superhero stuff. You know?
Honestly, it's the long term. It's the long term end. It's the end game of Marvel.
This is what Marvel's been leading up to. Is
so. This is the cast of the Eternals, right? Angelina Jolie is sort of the lead. She's the lead. She's playing Athena. You know,
right, that's fine. She ain't no.
She's Athena. She's one of the saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilizations. And then, of course, she's backed up by Selma Hayek, who plays Ajak. Of course, everyone knows Ajak.
Ah, Ajak.
She's one of the saga of the Eternals.
That's
a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilization. And they're backed up, of course, by Richard Madden, who's playing Icarus, who you might know from Game of Thrones. He was one of the older Stark brothers. He, of course, is playing.
Let me see who this is.
You know him.
Oh, I can't see.
Richard Madden. You know, he was in Game of Thrones and all that. You know, he's the one. He's the older brother.
He plays Bean Stark.
He played Robb Stark. He played Robb Stark in the Eternals.
The race of immortal beings.
And then Kit Harington is in the movie as well. He's playing Dane Whitman, who's probably one of the saga of the Eternals. And most importantly, bringing it back round, Kumail Nanjiani is playing Kingo. He's playing Kingo, who is part of the saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilizations. But the ultimate point of this story being brought up is the fact that this random fucking guy, he got so ripped for this. This random goddamn guy, this random comedian, he's like shredded. Oh
He's
my,
beyond shredded.
0% body fat. Like, have you seen this, Jen? Have you seen this?
No, I've never seen this person.
Let me show you a picture. If you're wondering right now, you really need to see this. Just go on Google, just search, his name. Everyone remembers it. The saga of the Eternals, whatever. Like, he is shredded. He at 0% body fat. He's gone in.
That is shredded.
This is like Chris Pratt pre-Guardians of the Galaxy. One condition of him being the lead character in the movie: get shredded.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a good shredded. That looks like it's an actual muscle to be used shredded.
But it got me thinking. It's like everyone who gets cast in one of these Marvel movies, they just become like these just computer generated monsters. These like just perfect humans. What happened? Like when you're cast a Disney, like, look, you are ours now. You're our little pawn. You're a little pawnee. You're a little pawnee in a way. This is what you eat now. This is your day now. This is what you do. You are ours now. You wake up, you eat some kale, you work out for a few hours, do a few press tours and, some, jerking off on Twitter and all that shit. And then you just eat kale and you are very like strong and all that, and you just keep doing that until you like go on set and you make your like mediocre movie and you're paid just millions upon millions of dollars, and
then you can go back to being normal.
Yeah, and it's like you're living hell in a way. Like it's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like it probably is like horrible.
Yeah, I think it is horrible.
Like having to look at his body, just look at it.
Yeah, there's that certain type of like fit person where it looks like
that's your life. That is your life. You can't look like that.
So there's like people that are like hench, and it's like they go to the gym, but they also have a life. Then there's this kind of ripped, where it's all you do is that, and it's clear that it hurts. It hurts to have a body like that.
Yeah, because I don't know how old he is either. He's not old. He's not an old guy. He's not getting up there or anything.
No, not at all.
Well, he was born in 78, actually. 78. So James, use your accounting knowledge to figure out how old he is, because I can't be doing that. It's too late for me to do any
78. That's
It's like 40.
He's 78 years old.
50.
He's 50.
41. 41 this year.
So that makes it even crazier. He's 41 years old and he's more shredded than I will ever be in my life.
Unless
Times 10.
Unless you get cast in a Marvel movie.
No, I'll be cast in a DC movie. Let's be real. I'll be. What's like the? You know a bit about DC. What's the equivalent of the Eternals but DC? Suicide Squad.
4?
Fantastic Four. The Martian Manhunter, whatever the fuck. I can't do it. And do you think he's literally going to be in the movie for like 3 minutes?
That would make it so fucking worth it.
Is he going to be in the movie for like a couple minutes?
Yeah,
I reckon he'll be in the movie for half an hour.
He's going to be
That's
topless.
too much.
He's going to be topless at some point to get fucking...
Yeah, he's definitely going to be topless.
But why? Like,
Because
surely the sex appeal of the movie is Angelina Jolie and the guy from Game of Thrones.
She's not sex
the guy
appeal.
from...
There are two guys from Game of Thrones. Two of the hottest Stark brothers are in there.
Not two of the hottest Stark brothers.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, why is he getting so shredded for this role?
Because he's been told to. He doesn't have a choice. He's been told that he has to be shredded.
You really think that?
Yes.
But don't you think that shredded people are inherently less funny?
Yes.
I thought that.
Yes.
We've said this before on the JARCAST about Chris Pratt getting completely shredded
Yeah,
for Guardians of
it
the
made him
Galaxy,
less funny.
and it makes him less funny. He's much funnier when he's more relatable and pudgy, like, you know, everyone in the world is,
You.
aside from Chris Pratt.
Why does every single character from these movies though have to be the same like body type?
It gets tiring. It does.
Well, 4 wasn't.
Thor.
Thor is like the most
Thor.
ripped of them all.
Yeah, he's
Not in Endgame. He was fucking pudgy as fuck.
Yeah, but that was the joke. That was
yeah,
like,
yeah, he's
he
still
was,
pudgy.
He was a laughing stock.
and then by the end he was like ripped anyway, so whatever.
No, he was ripped and fat. He's pudgy. It doesn't
It's
matter.
but even Chris Hemsworth, there's like, you know, there's probably, you know, there's articles or whatever where he's come out and he's like, yeah, life is just misery when I have to look this way.
That wasn't Chris Hemsworth. That was Chris.
Oh, there's so many Chris's. They're all.
There's Chris Pratt, Chris Hemsworth, Chris.
How many Chris's
What's
are
the
in?
third Chris? Captain America Chris.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the one that really was hating it. He was like, I
He's
really
had enough.
don't enjoy this. I just want to be fat and happy.
I just want to eat a burger or something. I just
Yeah.
want to eat like a packet of crisps.
Yeah.
You know? I just want to drink.
some fucking salt and vinegar.
Yeah, I just want to drink like
Pipers.
1 glass of Coke.
Good thing is he doesn't have to do it anymore. He's
Yeah,
gone.
he's free.
Yeah, because now it's moved on to the likes of a Pawnee to, you know, take that sort of mantle of strength and take it over.
Yeah, for his 5 years of rippedness, until he's chewed up and spat out by the Disney machine.
corporate machine.
Yeah, man.
They're all on that list. You know, Jar's gonna have to do it one day, and you know it. You know.
Disney's going to run out of actors to the point where they're going to be making the Equilibrium or whatever fucking it's called. There's probably a Marvel comic called the Equilibriums or some shit.
Yeah.
And they'll cast Jar and they'll just be like,
All right, get ripped, then you're in.
yeah. Look, here's $1 million each. Just get ripped. Just eat kale or whatever. And you'll be in a movie. Fuck it.
Yeah, but it would work. Imagine us whipped. The beard, like even better. Ripped.
The balls.
The butts.
What? Let's come up with the story of the Equilibrium.
The Equilibriums.
The Equilibriums, yeah.
We are each an equilibrium.
So, who's the main character? Because you need a main character. You need a...
James.
James is the main character.
And
So-
he used to be a tank driver
He used to be a tank... Like, what? In, like, one of the World Wars?
in World War One.
He was a World War One tank driver.
Just the miserable. Just a fucking whole.
Yeah.
What's the superhero aspect then? The Equilibriums.
He gets
Blown up.
absolutely just obliterated.
Right. And is he, like, shattered into another dimension or something? Or-
The tank.
It just so happens that he was meant for greater things than just being obliterated in this.
No,
thing.
no. Let's reel it back a second. What is his character arc for the movie?
He discovers that human value is more than
So he's an alien.
no.
Well, no.
No, he discovers that people deserve goodness.
Where does the title of the Equilibriums come into it?
Because I'm in equilibrium.
It could be like
That is the equilibrium.
no, it could be like Marvel's version of Green Lantern. Fuck it, like the Equilibriums, like the Lantern Corps, but you know they're the
No.
Equilibriums.
No, that's
It's like a
No,
no,
but-
no. How about this? Like there's some sort of force, like this can be Ruben's character. He's like a kind of like the Gandalf, the Dumbledore sort of
Yeah.
like the all-knowing character who, you know, he's a bit, but because it's Marvel, he's a bit quippy, he's a bit dry.
Yeah.
He's Iron Man, and he's like, his job is to target people who are killed at a certain point when they didn't deserve to be killed, and that they were destined for greater things. So he dies in World War One, and he's like plucked from reality from like a different dimension.
Yeah, and this is perfect because everyone loves a fish out of water story.
Yeah. So then you got James. He's like,
James
this is
from-
He's ripped. He's walking around like, this is just out. I
He
can't
pulls out his
believe
iPhone
this.
and he's like, "What the?"
And that's when That's when me and you come in, Jim. We're the brothers.
Yeah.
We're the Equilibrium brothers. We know what's up in the
We've
like,
already
zone.
been dead,
Yeah, but
and we're back.
and this
We
is
were
what,
samurai.
yeah. But James, he's got no clue what's going on. James, he's
Yeah.
out of his mind. He's in a new realm. Ruben's there, just like trying to explain it, and he's like,
Yeah.
I can't take this anymore. He runs away, and that's when he meets the brothers. He meets the Equilibrium brothers.
But
Which-
what's your backstory? What's your
No, but here's
We
the
were
thing.
samurai.
Either one of us.
Either then was the fucking leaders of the 5 families as well. Just to
Either one of us has to be a villain, or both of us are villains. Because I feel like that's something that hasn't been done in the Marvel Universe yet, like brother villains. Am I wrong?
So
It's like there's like a gap in the Marvel villain market.
so for us being Equilibriums, are you trying to make my Equilibrium
Yeah,
bad?
what's the motivation of the villains? Are we both villains?
That's what I'm like really torn on, because it might be more interesting for just one of us to be a villain,
A good and a bad.
like a yin
Well,
and yang type thing.
one bad, and the other's stuck between both.
An Equilibrium.
Yeah.
No, James is the ultimate equilibrium. You're too good and naive. I'm too bad and evil. And James's arc is to teach us that we need to come together in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. And vote for Lib Dems.
No, but
I'm a liberal and you're a Democrat, and we come together and we become the liberal Democrats again.
no, but what's the evil we've got to fight? Because it just seems like a rom-com fucking thing, and not a superhero.
The evil
movie.
is Alex.
No, but I can't.
But then, yeah, you instead of just doing the typical thing where it's like one Iron Man fighting another Iron Man, there's still an epic fight scene, like of epic scale. Maybe Kumal comes in or whatever, Pawnee or whatever the fuck comes in, and he like has a cameo and sort of helps out or whatever. Because it's a whole universe. We've got to
Yeah.
keep some cohesion going on. Maybe get Spider-Man in there. I don't care. But the ultimate point is, James settles the score and brings the characters together, and Ruben comes in there and he starts crying, and he's like, he's into the whole thing.
It doesn't sound like a superhero movie. It just sounds
put
like
Baby
a weird,
Yoda in there. He's just-
Yeah, he's in Disney now.
This just sounds like a weird rom-com.
this premise is better than Captain Marvel, at least.
Yeah, no, I'm liking this premise. The only trouble is there is a movie already called Equilibrium.
No, but we're the Equilibriums.
You see, that's why I was specifying the plural.
Yeah, because and it's Marvel too. Like they can probably buy the IP and delete it from existence if they wanted. Like we've got the Equilibriums comic. Say goodbye to that stupid film with fucking Batman in it or whatever.
Yeah, Christoph Waltz.
That's like ripping off the Matrix. Is that the movie? Is that
Yeah,
the movie?
yeah, it's totally ripping off the Matrix. It's kind of sick though. Do you remember the part where he opens the boot and there's a puppy and it's like, you gotta kill this puppy? And he's like,
What's this? Equilibrium.
yeah. And he's like, nah, this thing looks like Baby Yoda.
It's one of those movies I've seen like too many times.
Really?
Yeah, I
got-
must have seen it about 3
It's got
times.
the guy from Prison Break in it. Do you remember the really dumbass brother?
Oh, the guy he's in.
He's got like the
Blade.
squarest
He's in
head.
Blade 3.
Is he?
Yeah. So he's in.
He's in the beginning of Equilibrium and he's killed immediately.
Spoilers, dude. Come on. People care about Marvel. You can't just go throwing spoilers.
So at the end of Equilibrium, do you die?
Equilibriums.
Equilibrium, sorry.
No, because that's the point. Is that the message is it's like a centrist like propaganda like message.
Right,
Where it's
but
like
how do we
sitting in
have
the
epic
middle.
fight scenes?
Where's the person we're fighting?
Because everyone's invincible, so you can just have like a Man of Steel, like just for like.
No, I
30
don't think
minutes.
everyone should be invincible. I think we should be even more vulnerable than normal people.
Because we're in Equilibrium.
We're all glass cannons. You know? Like, if we got into a fight with just a dude and he like sucker punched one of us.
But
Just
that would
dead.
make it interesting because the jar dynamic is quite literally just smacking each other constantly, and that would kill us. So it's just like
Yeah, that would be death. So it's kind of like more of a bob and weave sort of dude.
What's James's like what's his power?
Yeah.
Because he has to have like the special thing that makes him like whoa. Like, we've been Equilibriums for a long time, but you are like the
Yeah.
Equilibrium. You're Neo. You're the main one.
James gets punched in the stomach and he doesn't die.
Well, maybe he's got the super slap. He slaps you like into another dimension. You're gone.
Yeah, he's able to slap another human out of
Into the
existence.
I create equilibriums. That's my whole thing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, whatever all of that was, is certainly gonna be better than the Eternals. So.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
But what are your powers?
No, I'm
We're just
I'm-
normal equilibriums.
Yeah, we're just normal Equilibriums. Like I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that story. Like, I'm done. I'm finished. I've had enough of that.
When should we start writing?
That was it. Like, Disney's going to take it now. They're going to just make it into a
Yeah.
movie, and our bank accounts will suddenly get...
for your IP. Time for us to make
No, because it was
2
on a
billion.
because it was on a podcast. They can just be like, oh yes, that's a good idea.
We're gonna watch the Eternals, and it's gonna be like word for word what we've described.
No, yeah, because it says in the saga of the Eternals, a race of immortal beings who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilizations. They're immortal beings.
That's big difference. That's fucking boring, though. How can you make a movie?
You tell me, man.
They can't die.
Yeah, but then like there will be a character. That
No, they'll
can
be
die.
infighting. That's what will happen. Duh, they can die only to each other. Boom.
A bit like Highlander, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Mark my words. I can literally see into the future, and you know that.
So who's gonna watch Star